A missile explodes just yards from Tel Aviv's main airport terminal. How did the war in Yemen reach Israel's doorstep?
It's Sunday, May 4th, 2025. This morning, a ballistic missile, fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels, struck the grounds of Ben Gurion International Airport near Tel Aviv. It landed just a few hundred yards from Terminal 3 and the control tower. A road and a vehicle were damaged, and at least 6 people were injured. Flights were halted for several hours.
Right. So we're talking about Israel's busiest airport, the main gateway in and out of the country. For the Houthis to hit that target changes the conflict's geography. Until now, they were known mainly for targeting ships in the Red Sea. What does this mean for the region?
It opens a new front. The Houthis, backed by Iran, have shown they can strike well beyond Yemen. This strike is about 2,000 kilometers from their territory. The attack didn't just disrupt flights. It sent a message that anywhere in Israel is now within range.
The response from Israel and the U.S. was immediate. Netanyahu promised very strong retaliatory action and pointed directly at Iran. President Trump echoed that, warning that Iran would be held responsible for any further attacks. But there was another element, a technical failure. Both the Israeli Arrow missile defense and the U.S. THAAD system tried to intercept but failed. That's rare, isn't it?
It is. The Arrow system has had a high track record. This time, a technical malfunction let the missile slip through. THAAD also failed to intercept. So now, the big question. If 2 major defense systems can't stop a missile at a critical site like Ben Gurion, what does that say about security for other civilian targets?
And for aviation, the immediate fallout was chaos. Lufthansa, Air France, Delta, Wizz Air, and other airlines canceled flights to and from Tel Aviv, at least through May 6th. Passengers stranded, airlines scrambling to rebook or arrange special flights. This isn't just a local issue. It's a global one for air travel. How are authorities responding?
Israeli officials coordinated with international aviation bodies, ran emergency checks, and reopened runways. They set up a crisis team with IATA to try to reassure travelers and airlines. But the underlying problem remains. If non-state actors can target airports with ballistic missiles, how do you secure global air travel?
Let's step back. The Houthis began targeting Israel and Red Sea shipping in late 2023. Since then, their technology has advanced, and intelligence suggests Iran's fingerprints, technical support, parts, know-how. So is this just about Yemen, or is it a proxy battle?
It's a proxy conflict. Iran uses the Houthis, Hezbollah, and others to project power across the region. This missile strike shows how far that reach goes. And with the war in Gaza ongoing, every new attack risks widening the conflict. Could we see a multi-front war?
That's the risk. Israel and its allies are now weighing responses. Targeted strikes on Houthi infrastructure, maybe even direct action against Iranian assets. But any escalation could pull in more actors. Hezbollah in Lebanon, U.S. forces in the region. Is containment still possible?
That's the key question. Diplomatic channels are open, but military options are on the table. The priority is to prevent further escalation while securing critical infrastructure. But the fact remains, this attack exposed vulnerabilities, not just for Israel, but for global commerce and travel.
So let's recap the main points. The Houthis struck near Ben Gurion Airport, showing new missile range and capability. Israel's and America's defense systems failed to intercept. International flights were canceled, and global air travel was disrupted. The bigger picture, Iran's influence, the risk of wider war, and the vulnerability of critical infrastructure.
And the central questions. How did the Houthis get this capability? What are Israel and its allies doing to prevent more attacks? And can the conflict be contained, or are we heading toward broader escalation?
We'll be watching how Israel, the U.S., and the region respond in the coming days. Thanks for joining us as we break down a story where a missile at an airport is about much more than travel. It's about the future of security in the Middle East and beyond.
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned as we follow the next moves in this rapidly unfolding story.